cheese at my feet. I stick motherfucking provolone in my socks at night so they smell like your sister's crotch in the morning.
Oh my God.
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Davi. I'm joined by Abe and Charlie. Welcome back to another Tony Tuesday.
How you doing?
And for our viewers and listeners, we hope you guys are doing well. Some quick housekeeping stuff. This episode is also available on Patreon. So if you want to watch an uncut reaction to this episode, click the link in the description and you'll be able to find that. And also a quick thanks to our patrons and our subscribers here on YouTube. You guys mean so much to us and we thank you so much for your support and your motivation and telling us you guys are loving this series. So y'all, thank you so much. We love you guys. And this episode is also available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, specifically the discussion portion of the show. And wow, I'm saying a lot of ands and also. I'm just happy to be here. Another Tony Tuesday. You know, the show's great.
How you doing?
And Abe and Charlie, how you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, nobody asked you how you're doing, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Good. Good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Mhm.
I'm good. We watched Killers of the Flower Moon last night.
Yes, I did.
For the
We did.
Scorsese fans, which I'm assuming there's got to be a bunch of you out there.
Shut
since
up
you're
and
watching.
review it. You're taking too long.
Yes.
Davi's going to review.
I am going to review it. I'm watching it for a second time. By the time this comes out, my review will probably be out, but I'll be watching it for a second time tomorrow.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Hopefully. We hope.
Hold you to that.
But yes. Oh, yeah.
So we're back with Sopranos.
We're back with Sopranos.
We're episode 6, season 2.
Yes, but before we get into this episode, Abe, can you read the comments from our previous Tony Tuesday?
Yes, this one comes from Catherine. It's definitely Tony's show, but you're right. Christopher is a huge character because he's so important to Tony. Christopher's father looked out for Tony in his youth, and now Tony takes that role for Christopher. Chris is like a son to him, and their relationship is intense. You're also right discussing how their generations are different. Hesh and Jr. are the OGs, Tony is the current state of the mob, and Chris, in Tony's mind, is the future. Really like that because it really breaks down the generational piece. I think we talked a lot about that in the last episode and throughout the show. And we spent a lot of time talking about Chris's importance to the show and what it really means. And I think there's a lot more for us to learn about. This next one comes from Dan. Tony Tuesday quickly becoming my favorite Tuesday-related activity. Damn right. Tuesdays are for Tony, and that's why we're here. Appreciate you, Dan. Next one comes from @password_protected. Great. Imagine being a kid like AJ with such awful parents. His dad talks terrible about his sister in front of him. He uses violent language, throws a fit of rage, and throws the phone basically right at him out of anger. And then his mom shames him for telling him to go upstairs. Then Tony tries to apologize in the worst way possible without addressing the situation. One could only imagine the type of psychological damage that has on a kid. I thought that was a really great comment because it does call out that unfortunate dynamic. I did reply to this comment and I said, yes, and there's also the layer of, how Tony was messed up as a child and how that now brings him into this relationship with his kid. Like, he doesn't really know how to be a good dad because he didn't really have that dynamic. And he's been like having emotional abuse and a really negative relationship with his mom. And I think that has a really big effect on how he raises his children and his interactions with his family. So not to defend Tony as a dad, but to gain some understanding and some context as to why he is the way that he is, which I think the show does very well.
Let's get into it.
Let's
do it.
Charlie?
All right.
Episode 6.
Remember when you had to take a ticket for tolls and actually pay for it?
Yeah, when I got my license, that's when they changed everything. I think it was like 2 years prior to that.
Oh, so you never had to do it?
No, never.
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh, dude,
I got my license at 18.
I'd always be so nervous because I'd be like, do I have enough quarters? Like,
So annoying.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to help traffic. We still get traffic.
This is bad.
I feel like it's worse.
You feel like it's worse?
Yeah, I feel like it's worse.
Bro, I feel like we do these things to help traffic and nothing works. Like, go look at LA. They've added like a lane. Like every 5 years they add a lane and it gets worse. LA traffic gets worse. Ooh, Brown. This has got to be meadow.
Student body at Brown.
Hey, buddy. Davey, saw your wife out there alone. I figured you for the trotters.
Not tonight. Friggin' delicious, Artie. Glad I didn't eat tonight.
Thanks, Davey. It's nice to be appreciated by your friends.
How you doing, Eric?
Pretty good, Mr. Soprano.
I hear you're thinking of what? Going to Brown, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good school. A lot of star
Hey, Latrine lip.
Listen, I heard through the grapevine that you're taking over your uncle's game. You know, the big one.
Grapevine. You know, if you listen close to that song, it says, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
No, it's just, you know me. I like to play a little.
A little. Forget it. This game's not for you.
No, it's just, you know, I was thinking it.
You're a nice guy. I like you. But trust me, this game's not for you. I don't want to see you get hurt. These guys, they play deep.
This guy looks familiar.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I know him from
You
somewhere.
want to tell me what you're thinking?
We're back.
Believe me, you don't want to know.
Uh-oh. Gonna flip tables again, bro?
Imagine if Melfi starts doing it.
They're gonna like to take a brick and smash your fucking face in a fucking hamburger.
Never mind.
God.
You asked, I told.
But you'd like to smash my face.
Not really. It's just a way of describing how I'm feeling.
Do you think making hamburger out of me would make you feel better?
Mother of Christ, is this a woman thing? You ask me how I'm feeling. I tell you how I'm feeling. And now you're gonna torture me with it. I don't know who the fuck I'm angry at. I'm just angry, okay? And what the fuck am I here? I even asked to come back. I got the will by the balls and I can't stop feeling like I'm a fucking loser.
Who makes you feel like a loser? Your mother?
Oh, please. We wasted enough oxygen on that one. It's everything and everybody. I see some guy walking down the street, you know, with a clear head. You know the type. He's always fucking whistling, like the happy fucking wanderer. And I just want to go up to him and I just want to rip his throat open. I want to fucking grab him and pummel him right there for no reason.
Damn.
Let's get back to smashing my face.
Jesus Christ.
No, I think it all ties in.
Remember the first time I came here? I said, the kind of man I admire is Gary Cooper, the strong, silent type. And how all Americans, all they're doing is crying and confessing and complaining. A bunch of fucking pussies. Fuck them. And now I'm one of them, a patient.
Your parents made it impossible for you to experience joy.
Yeah, see? There you go again.
You said yourself you're not the happy wanderer.
Well, I'm more like one of those assholes than I am the fucking jerk-offs and douchebags I see leaving this office.
Hey, Rich, can I get another dime? I got 3 players left. So what? Vito's up for it, right?
Oh,
He's trying to get involved.
That's up the ante.
Oh, boy.
Hey, sure. He entered me for 7 G's.
he's
7 G's.
he's borrowing money from Richie.
Richie, that's
Oh,
not a good
no.
To
idea,
gamble.
brother.
Not good.
Our sunlight and our
The original High School Musical.
brightness.
Gabriella could never.
Watch out, bro. The people in our audience, you never know if they're.
Oh, there definitely is some High School Musical stands here. Come on. It's great. I'm not hating High School Musical. It's amazing.
Well, we have our work cut out for us.
She criticizing that? She sounded good. I'm confused.
Yeah, when you sing another language, it's
Meadow,
She's walking away.
a different
She doesn't
ballgame.
care.
sounding pretty good.
Oh.
I know you're disappointed, but
It's just when you try out for cabaret night, the form asks what you want to do, and I checked off solo.
this is your last chance at cabaret. Gudrun hasn't had a solo in 4 years here. I'd like to give everybody a shot.
So you okay with this?
Uncle Junior.
Yeah, you got a choice. You can continue to run the game.
You know I'm under fucking house arrest, you cute
Either way, I'm having the executive game.
You know, your father and me started that game over 30 years ago. We were talking one day about how the credit card companies, you know, they worked their angle. I didn't care what the fuck you bought, as long as you didn't pay all at once.
Yeah, that was me at the doctor's office this week, bro.
That's why we call it the executive game.
That polo's fire.
That's why he left us with chichi beans.
You don't know what you're talking about. Your father left Livia with a fucking package that could choke a fucking elephant. She's like a woman with a Virginia ham under her arm, crying the blues because she has no bread. They don't make him like Johnny. And keep in mind that he paid the freight for your Uncle Eckley, or Bonan.
What the fuck is Eckel?
You don't know him. It's water under the bridge. Just know that me and your father looked out for him. He wanted for nothing. He was my younger brother. He was between me and your father in age. His name was Eckley.
So they had a middle child, middle brother
I got another uncle?
Your father and me had a brother you didn't know about. Because he was
Crazy.
from another mother.
It was different in those days. Mother and father didn't even speak the language. They couldn't take care of a kid like that.
Oh,
Oh.
was he on the spectrum?
Could be.
What are you saying? He was retarded?
You go fuck yourself. He was slow. He was strong as a fucking bull. Handsome, like George Raft.
Unbelievable. I remember my mother and my father arguing about something, I don't know, and she kept talking about father's feeble-minded brother, but I always thought she meant you. What a kick in the balls. When did he die?
Not long before your father.
He's not around anymore. I got excited for a second to introduce another.
This is the second episode they reveal like his family history he didn't know something about.
Yeah.
Oh, Rich.
A problem?
No, I'm just breaking your kid's balls.
Wants his money.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, that envelope's 2C shy. I'll catch up on it next week.
Oh boy.
Got caught a little off guard this month. You know, I took a second on the house, didn't calculate it into my budgets. No biggie.
No good, Davey. Difference gets tacked on to the principal. You know that.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't take this personally, but I don't want to see your face at any of my games. until you're caught up. You think I started this life 10 minutes ago? Guy hands you a light envelope. It's just the beginning. Nothing personal.
It's the best advice Rich has given, I think, this season so far.
Yeah, give me some of that. Enough for 15 people, 10 pounds of shrimp.
Oh my God. Man, it's cheating the scale though.
Oh, what the f are you doing?
Something ain't right.
Fucking A, I just saw you putting your finger on the scale.
No, I didn't.
You pulled that shit with the old ladies, not with me, you fucking hump.
I didn't put my finger in the scale.
Never seen that trick before, to be honest.
Does that actually work?
I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense. Wedge something in between the scale, like being able to fully go down.
So he's bringing these dudes into a game that Tony and his boys are gonna be at.
I think they're serving though.
Yeah, but the fact they're gonna be there, these are the guys who literally want to like get Tony's fucking dry cleaning.
These two morons, bro, are gonna get Christopher in some shit.
Yep.
Eventually, they're gonna get this man killed.
Furio.
It's also a nice shirt.
Yeah. We're back here.
You people are ruining this place.
That's your father's fault. He made it a business deal. We want a lot of clean towels and the bedrooms fresh smelling.
I should work for nothing?
Vinica.
This man's bringing all sorts of women into the room.
You ever suck his dick?
I make that beanie spin when I work his thing.
Bruh.
Am I right?
Who's getting pulled over here? Oh, Wally Wally.
What do you hear? What do you say?
License and registration.
How about if I give you one of these instead?
I'm wearing a vest.
Oh, yeah? If I shoot, it's going in your brajo.
You're a real sick f***, you know that?
I was gonna say, I knew there was gonna be a cop that do.
How's your family?
Oh, not bad, Paulie. You know, we had to move my father to another old folks' home.
I got my own f***ing problems.
Hey. Hey, listen, do me a favor, all right? Your friends, players or no, they don't f with the tourists and the hotel guests. Keep the noise down and no gunshots, or we gotta take the call.
Yeah. Go play cops and rounds.
All right, so they've got some cops on their side too.
Macanudos, you want one? Go ahead, take a walk.
Don't let him scare you. He's not really a nasty f***. He's an incredibly nasty f***.
Paulie doesn't have shit as usual. And the prick doctor.
Yeah?
I heard Tony was here. Soprano. I'm a friend of his.
Do I know you? Davey, what the hell are you doing here?
Hey, I was just driving by. I thought I'd stop and say hello. Someplace you got here.
Yeah, regular Taj Mahal.
So, what's the game?
7 card.
Was that Frank Sinatra Jr. in there?
Yeah. It's a friend of my uncle. He flies in.
Oh.
I didn't know that. Is that actually him?
It could be.
Let us know in the comments.
Davey, this isn't a game for you.
Oh, come on. What are the chances of me getting close to a game like this again? Come on, Anthony, let me sit in just once. I appreciate your position, but come on, Tony, I'm a big boy.
What are you holding?
I didn't really expect a gambling night.
You need 5 G's just to sit in this game.
Oh, come on, can't you float me? You know, short term.
Davey.
Oh my goodness, bro.
This guy's got a gambling problem, big time.
He's got to be worse than
the cop.
Yeah, that other cop that was helping them out.
Yeah. Oh my God, bro, mistake.
Richie comes in.
Right.
Yeah.
You know how they're talking about no gunshots? Richie gonna come in.
Oh boy.
Richie's gonna come in.
That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Like something's gonna go down. I feel like that was a little foreshadowing.
Hey, Davey, it's a doc what his specialty is.
Parlads.
I wanted him to ask.
Really?
Penal implants.
Penal implants.
6 clubs.
So get a broom and sweep up some of that shit over there, especially on the Silvio, all right? What's the bet?
800.
What the f could you possibly have?
Incredible luck.
You're telling me, you miserable f.
Bet or check?
Don't rush me, sunshine. You're rushing me off.
That's gonna piss him off.
What the f are you doing? I'm losing my balls over here. This fucking moron's playing Hazel.
He did that on purpose, bro. He's fucking with them.
Why? Why now? Leave it there.
I don't know, I was just...
What? Where do you get these fucking idiots, huh? Where do you get them? Leave the fucking cheese there, all right? I love fucking cheese at my feet. I stick motherfucking provolone in my socks at night so they smell like your sister's crotch in the morning. So leave the fucking cock-sucking cheese where it is. 800.
Call.
And why don't you go fix a fucking dick or whatever the fuck it is you do?
Hey, Dr. Freeze, you know about that Viagra shit?
He won't quit this f***ing guy.
I heard they were sinking a crate of it down to the Titanic to try and raise it.
Everything that comes out of Paulie's mouth is gold.
See if this guy gets lucky.
Yo, he bluffing. He's bluffing.
David, he checks.
Bet. 1,200.
I'm gonna call.
He's shitting himself.
Yeah, he...
I'll raise 12.
See? You should have checked. You got shit. Now it's gonna cost you another bet.
Let's see him, boys. Trips. 3 deuces.
Cry me a river. 3 beautiful kings.
Flush.
You motherfucker.
Oh shit! He actually had.
He actually had some.
Hey, cheese. Give me some food.
Okay, Davey.
Yeah, but this is not gonna end well. You just know it's not.
It's like you start well and then the night. Sorry, y'all. So our recording stopped in the last 25 minutes of the show. So what we're doing is we're gonna re-record and we're gonna keep going.
What time is it? It's almost 9. How we doing? Slowing down.
That bedhead.
Anyone want to close the lights?
Closing the lights means
It
we
means, do you want to admit that you lost and pack it in?
Me? No.
Idiot.
You can tell from this that Silvio was winning just by the way he reacted there. He's not pissed anymore.
How much is he into us for?
About 45 bucks is his eating.
King of heart, ace
What?
of heart.
He grabbed another 10 while you were asleep. He said you okayed.
5 low card bets.
Look at this fucking lineup.
Richie.
How'd you get in here?
Same as you. Through the front door.
Hi, Rich.
Hi, Rich. You got some fucking balls, you know that?
I do.
I should stab you in the fucking eye.
Hey, come on, Richie.
Get your hand off of me. I'll put one in your head.
Don't fucking threaten me, Richie.
How would they kill a gambler? You know how they have like a symbolic way to kill someone. Like remember when they
and
killed
you're trying to
that
figure out how they
Jimmy
do it to a
and they
gambler.
stuffed a rat in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would they do that to a gambler?
No.
Would they bury him in a pile of cards?
I'm getting sick of this holier-than-thou act, and I'm not the only one.
Oh, really?
Now send that little prick out so I can talk to him.
No.
You realize this motherless is into me for over 8 lodge. He's got money to play here. Let him pay me my money. Send him out.
You go home, Richie. This ain't gonna happen to one of my players.
Yeah, his whole thing is trying to protect the integrity of the executive game.
I'm curious how they make money running these games. Probably because there's like a buy-in or something.
There's a buy-in, yeah.
I'm gonna let you sleep one day. Then you're gonna get the fuck up and you're gonna go get my $45,000.
No problem. I could use a schwitz. Want to go for a schwitz?
What's a schwitz?
I have no idea.
You penny, I'm gonna send somebody down to your joint every Saturday for 5% interest. If you don't have it, it gets tacked onto the principal.
Listen, Tony, I had a good run there for a while. I should have quit then, though, huh? So you never told me how your kid made out at Bowdoin.
Is that a school?
Yeah, it's in Maine. That's the one they visited.
Oh, that's right. Where he saw that quote?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. It's either that or Bates, one of the two.
Yo, Silvio's always grubbing on some.
Yeah, I know, bro. He should be Tony's size from eating all that, bro.
How we do?
Not finished counting, but it's up there. At least 80 boxes of Zedis after expenses.
2 boxes came out of my pocket.
So they made 80 grand.
Yeah, that's
From
what
running
I'm
this.
curious where they charge the players and everything.
I've never heard the song before, but is it really like just played on the bass like this?
That's what I was wondering. Like, why the hell is he accompanying on the bass? Like, that's so strange.
When they rehearsed it, there was someone playing piano.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Maybe that's just the instrument he knows.
Oh, Aunt Barb called. Uncle Tom's father died.
Whoa. Tom Sr.? When?
I don't know.
The guy's here almost every Christmas Eve. You don't ask? Somebody says Joe Blow died. No more people ask how. What happened? This gust of wind comes, knocks him off the roof. All for a satellite dish.
That's very sad.
And to think now we just run a cable through the ground.
One day after he retires.
No more
One
satellite dishes.
day.
Yo, his wind sound is really good.
Carlos Castaneda said, live every moment as if it were your last dance on earth.
Who the f listens to prize fighters?
Well, at least Tom Sr. isn't the happy wanderer anymore.
What the f is that supposed to mean?
He got his. You don't have to pummel his ass. He's joined the ranks of the unlucky.
Maybe you know what you're talking about, but I don't. Found out I had another uncle, a retarded uncle, my father's brother, that nobody told me about. You believe this shit?
Now that you found out that you have a retarded family member, do you feel better about coming here?
What?
Is it permissible now? Is it enough of a sad tragedy that you can join the rest of the douchebags?
She's able to like talk some sense into him now.
Yeah.
It feels like
She could be more blunt. He's
The way that she just did that cry is ridiculous. I'm sorry. That was hilarious. I didn't catch
this
that
is
the first
cla-
time.
this is-
but-
oh, you didn't? That's why I was laughing, bro.
No, I was looking at
Laughing.
Tony's face the first time.
Tony was so over it, bro.
Come on, get up. We're leaving.
Thank you, God.
Anthony Jr. wanted to go home and play Mario Kart, bro. Leave him. I want to know who this guy in the back is, bro.
Oh, right there.
He's
Just
laying
chilling,
in the
yeah.
casket here.
He's probably in line for the next
Service.
the
Yeah.
next wake.
Why is it open though? Like, just close it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Hey, you mind?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm sorry about blowing up in your game.
You had a line. What am I supposed to do with you? Back off and respect the title, you fucking jerk off.
It's your ball. You make the rules.
No, I don't make them. They've always been there.
He enforces them.
You get this. David Scatino doesn't pay you a fucking penny until I get mine first.
Oh.
That's the tax you get for raising your hands in my game. I get mine first, and you get yours. That's the way it's gonna be. I don't do something. How's it gonna look?
Tony put me back in action. He gave me 50 G's to put out on the street.
What is that? Nothing?
Please, I know how things work. My father was in Tony's position. He gave Romeo Martin $50,000 when he got out of jail. 30 years ago. Today, that's $500,000.
There's no way the inflation is that much. I'm not gonna lie. 30 years.
Re-watching this, and now I'm starting to think like, is she BSing this or?
No, I mean, it's definitely worth a lot more. Don't get me wrong, but I think she in that scene was like playing Olivia type role. Like she's trying to stir shit up. Right. She's trying to be like that whispering ear in the mobster's voice.
Please, Tony, I'm doing my best here. I fucked up, okay?
What do you got for me?
That.
Stand up.
Does this store not make any money?
That slight zoom.
Yeah, that
That
little
was,
zoom,
yeah.
It's like the power dynamic.
I wouldn't do anything to insult you. Our kids go to the same school together. Tony, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just having some bad luck.
Just got worse.
Yo.
My luck's gonna change.
Tomorrow. I want something tomorrow. You understand me?
Did my favorite too, the open hand and everything. Could have broken his nose or something. But he knows the optics of it too. You know, he's friends with his daughter, his kid, you know.
I got myself in a little bind. What's going on? What happened?
It's crazy how you just can't, when you're in a gambling addiction, you don't realize.
The gambling stuff's hard too because you think doing more can get you out of it.
It's like, oh, you just keep doing it, and then you get caught in the hole.
How much money we talking? Not much, just enough to give me some breathing room until I get the rest together. It's 20,000. Baby. Yeah. Bad timing. You're not gonna believe this. I gotta put a new roof on this place.
Bro, I thought he was being sarcastic here.
No.
But
you don't think he is? I think he still is.
I don't even think it's being sarcastic, but maybe he's trying to get out of it.
He's, he's
trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like
you could tell too in this conversation, like this dude's a gambler. Like you're not gonna give a
everyone knows
gambler
him.
$20K.
Yeah, this was crazy.
Right.
This was crazy.
This is by far the worst excuse I've ever seen for taking your kid's car away. Like actually taking it away, like giving it away. You got mud on it. A bird pooped on your windshield. Getting rid of your car.
I love how this was done in one take.
Say goodbye to your truck. What? No off-roading. I gave you enough chances.
Dad, I didn't do anything.
Eric, accountability is everything. Off-road.
The irony.
Cut right there.
There's mud all over the doors. I warn you and warn you, Eric.
Accountability is everything.
Yeah.
In the house.
Fucking hate all of you.
You apologize right now.
Open them.
He's so proud, dude. He's such an idiot. This is the dumbest things he could have done.
You like it?
Both of them are stupid. Davey is dumb for going right to him with this car, and he's dumb for fucking taking it and be like, oh, let me give it to my daughter.
His dad sold it to you?
Yeah, you know, something like that.
What do you mean, something like that?
You know. I'm gonna take that car, I'm gonna sell it to Pussy, and then I'm gonna buy clothes and food and shoes and CD players and all the rest of the shit that I've been buying since the day you were born. Everything this family has comes from the work I do.
All right, Tony, that's enough.
A grown man made a wager. He lost. He made another one. He lost again. End of story. So take that high moral ground and go sleep in a fucking bus station if you want.
It's interesting how other people have been accusing him of having like the holier than thou, like high moral ground thing, and now he's turning it back on her.
Who sent me the podcast clip with the actor that plays AJ?
It's AJ and Meadow.
Yeah, that was me.
I forget what he said.
He was talking about the Barbie movie. Or no, was
Top
it?
Gun.
No, Top Gun was bad.
Yeah.
He's saying the new Top Gun was
L
bad.
take, but it's
A
kind of
terrible
cool that
take.
they have a podcast.
Yeah, and they're exactly the same as they're on the show.
Eric, come on. Let's talk. You're just gonna leave me here?
I thought you were my friend.
I am. I can't stop my dad from selling it.
Oh, your dad's a fucking asshole.
And I suppose yours is innocent in all this?
He's pretty spoiled, I'm not gonna lie, because he didn't even realize like
His face looks familiar to me.
yeah.
Fuck your gangster father. And this.
His dad probably told him something different.
You think he's blaming it on Tony?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I just feel like that's who the character of Davey is.
It's never his fault.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to hear Meadow sing the Titanic song.
AJ's face.
The face in the background he makes here.
Yeah.
Oh, you noticed the lyrics there? I want to go wandering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was interesting at the end here where he's like smelling the flowers. He's seemingly like kind of at peace, even though there's so much shit happening around him.
I think what really stood out to me from this episode was, I want to say, Tony and his morals. I think were big, and how you brought it up, Abe, and how people are telling him you're following everything by the book, like you're being all this, and then he flips it on Meadow.
Oh yeah,
Essentially.
the holier than thou.
Yeah,
You're-
and
you're
then
the
that
moral high
was
ground.
something, but yeah, it was a good episode. But I want to know from y'all that conversation that Tony had with Dr. Melfi. He finds out that he had an uncle on the spectrum, and more information about his family, and Melfi. I feel like Melfi's just trying to get something out of him. And do you think he's being 100% honest with her? Or like, what does you think she's trying to work up from him?
Yeah, I think he's trying. I think he's trying to make sense of it all. I mean, we find out like we don't know exactly what his uncle had and like what exactly his issue is. We know that they describe him as slow. But yeah, I think it's interesting how she calls him out and says, "Is it like does it make you feel better now that you know you had someone in your family who had a disability? Like, does that make it okay for you to go to therapy?"
Right.
And he basically had nothing to say to that because, and I think that kind of confirms, to him, like you keep, like you come here, you dump your problems, and then you end up like shit talking therapy as if it's a horrible thing that you're here. And I think she's trying to get out of him, like just be open and just have this conversation, like you're here for a reason, and not you don't have to have all of this justification for why it's okay for you to be here. Like it's okay for you to just not be okay and to have a conversation about it. I think that's part of what she was saying. But yeah, I'm interested for what people think. I think this is one that we'll get a lot of comments on, and I would love to hear what people think about what it was that Dr. Melfi said and what significance it has to Tony and where his character is at this point.
Yeah, because there was a in the beginning of the episode where he's like, I'm inspired by the men who are quiet, resilient, strong, and determined.
Silent, quiet type.
Yeah.
A strong and quiet type.
Strong and quiet. And then I'm here. But also there's the men that I see waiting in your waiting room are all douchebags, pussies, all this stuff. I don't know. I'm what does that make Tony,
Mm-hmm.
What is him? Like,
exactly.
who is Tony?
Exactly. Like he's feeling like out of place.
Yeah.
And he just keeps trying to justify him being there. And it's strange. Like I think this is like his process of coming back to therapy and like trying to make it work. I think the other interesting piece is the whole like happy wanderer thing where he like anytime he sees one of those guys, he wants to absolutely beat the shit out of them.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's super significant. And I think it's because in his own mind right now, I think he thinks he's got it the worst. Like he's got so many problems and so much stress and like horrible things going on. His relationship with his mom, the stuff with the mob, his family, all this stuff. And I think he can't bear to think about the fact that there's people out there who like, there's nothing wrong with them. It always feels like it's like, oh, you got this going on? Well, how about this? And da da da. And it's always like that. And you know what? It's one parallel that I see is with him and Meadow. I think that she is a very self-centered person, and I can almost like draw the like direct parallel of her father. Like he's very self-centered in that way too. Not that he doesn't care about anybody, and it's not this. It's it's not like Meadow doesn't care about anybody either. But like they are so consumed with their own problems that they can't see anybody else struggling. And I think that's a big theme with the two of them specifically.
Yeah, it's always I. It's never we with them.
Yeah,
I think when they talk about their situation, their environment, it's always been about them and not the loved ones around them.
Mm-hmm. I think the big thing where we can kind of end the discussion and talk about is there's a very clear dynamic now between Richie, Tony, and then Davey kind of in the middle of all of this at this point.
Yeah.
But it's like this power struggle. I think we have a conversation where Janice is kind of back and forth with him, and she's basically saying, you're just Tony's responsibility. He's not helping you out. He's doing the bare minimum. And I think that's getting the gears in Richie's head turning a little bit. What did you guys get from that, and where do you think Richie is in this point, and how he's feeling about Tony as the boss?
Yeah, I think Davey is a side character to throw in to push this narrative forward.
I agree.
And what we're going to see is exactly that. I think what we're going to see is similar to what we saw in season 1 with Tony and Junior, in the sense of there was a moment where Tony kept challenging Junior for that spot, for that title, and he was consistently, going head to head with him. So I think we'll see something similar, but in a more aggressive way, because that's who Richie is. Richie's way more aggressive. He's way more blunt when it comes to...
He's in your face.
Yes, he's going to come to you and he's going to figure it out. And I think that's what we're going to see in the sense of Richie. He's going to, like you said, he's going to realize that, Tony's doing things that I don't like. I don't like the way he's moving. And what's going to keep fueling him is Janice. Janice is going to be in his side the entire time. Janice is going to love seeing this.
Yeah, this feels to me like a parallel to season 1, where the power struggle was, like you said, Junior and Tony, and the whispering ear was Livia. And now it's flipped, where now it's Richie that Tony's going up against, and the whispering in his ear is Janice. And the main difference is, like you said, Richie's in his face. When it was Tony and Junior, it felt more like a Cold War, where it was just like a lot of, talking in the background, doing like sly moves back here, like back and forth, and nothing like really coming to a head until the end of the season. While like Richie and Tony have like had face-to-face dust-ups at this point, where it's like something has got to give. And at this point, we still see that, Tony's in a position of power. He's still demonstrating his power. He's still basically like putting Richie in his place. But there is the tension building, and it does feel like at some point Richie is going to have enough.
And we can't forget about Furio.
Yeah.
I think that's why I think Furio will come into a play
to back Tony up.
To back Tony up.
Yeah.
The problem is that you're now, like in Richie's point, you're now Tony's messing with his money, right? Because he told him like, "Hey, I get mine first, then you get yours."
Yep.
So, and is Tony ever gonna get his? Because it's $45,000. That's a lot of money.
That's a ton of money. I don't know how much that Jeep was worth, but it's not.
Davey was already struggling to pay Richie the $8,000, and he basically he was like $2,000 short on the first payment that he gave him. So yeah, it's tough, and Richie I don't think is going to take that lightly, because you saw how he reacted to Davey, who owes him money. How's he going to react now to Tony, who is not letting him get his money, and also Janice in his ear being like, "Oh, he gave." My dad gave $50,000 to a guy that got out of jail 30 years ago. That's like
$500,000 today. Yeah. I wonder if that's actually
so he
true.
probably feels very much like undermined and disrespected, probably.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that I think that it's a matter of respect, like a matter of like who gets the respect here. And I think Richie was trying to say at one point like, "Oh, it's your ball, you make the rules." And Tony was trying to set the record straight and be like, "No, you guys keep saying I make the rules because I'm new, I'm younger, and I'm stepping in. But these are the rules the entire time. This is what the boss does. This is how you respect, like, my position, my station. Like, you have to give me the necessary respect. And you coming up into my card game, the first executive card game Tony's ever hosted, with, Frank Sinatra Jr.,
yeah, we have to look to see. We apologize. We do not know what Frank Sinatra Jr. looks like.
Right.
We have to see if that's
no
actually
idea if
him or
that's
not.
actually him or
But if you know if that's him or not, let us know.
Yeah,
I'm sure we're gonna hear it.
Yeah. But it was that was a big moment for Tony of disrespect, and I think that is what kind of pushed him to be pissed off and to say like, I need to get mine first because the optics of it just look bad. Like I need to.
It's not wrong when it comes to that sense.
Yes, but you also have to recognize dealing with Richie here. This man is tapped.
Yeah, he's crazy.
This man is crazy. So we'll see how well Richie is able to kiss up to the boss or give the boss what he wants.
The boss is younger than him. Richie's been in the business for a lot longer. He's done time.
Yep.
So there's a lot at stake from his point of view as well. Oh, it's crazy.
It's messy.
Yeah, it is very messy. But what we already talked about Meadow. We brought that up. That was another question I asked, but we brought it up.
Yeah, I think we can wrap there.
Yeah.
I think this episode was kind of a
it was a segue.
It was a segue, exactly. Yeah.
It was a build-up.
It was a build-up episode for sure. I think there's more to discover, and it was a perfect segue to build some more tension. And it seems like we're climbing slowly towards a potential climax. I don't know how many episodes are in this season.
13 each season.
Okay, yeah. So we're
except for the last.
We're getting to a point now where shit's gonna hit the fan pretty soon.
It is. Y'all, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate the love. We're so sorry for the technical difficulties. It happens sometimes. We're sorry, y'all. But thank you guys so much. We love you guys. Stay beautiful. See you soon for more Tony Tuesday.
Peace.